I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so if I understand right, Greg is the only one that's absent. And he is excused.
Yep.
Any need to modify the agenda?
That I'm aware of.
Okay,
Motion to approve as worded.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Lou. Second.
a second.
A second by Rich. Is there any discussion on approving the agenda? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Any conflicts of interest that need to be brought up to the service?
Nope.
Awesome. All right, so this was a holdover from the last meeting. It's Ginny Safe House. They were always request $1,500 in support. The Domestic Violence Fund only has $524 in it. So if you want to give the whole contribution, we would pay it out of your guys' budget as a donation. So it'd be around $900, give or take a little bit,
Out of Commissioner contingency.
or just commissioner, because you got enough, you won't need to put contingency in there. But I do need your approval to do it, so.
I move that we give them the 1,500.
Okay.
And take whatever we need out of the commissioner candidate. Yeah. Easy for me to say.
I know what you want to say.
I'll second that.
You got a motion and a second. Any discussion on approving that money for Ginny Safe House? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Okay, I did have an opportunity to send David Severson's application around to everybody by email. After visiting with David, basically an informal interview, and Jim said he had talked to the representative from the Department of Veterans and Military Affairs. So I do recommend that you hire or appoint David Severson to be your Veteran Service officer. And he wants everybody to know that he's willing to do this, but at the same time, he thinks you should keep looking, because he reminded me how old he was, and he did retire for a reason, so, but he's willing to do what he can while he can.
Well, I move that we hire David Severson as VSO officer and continue looking for someone to take that job.
And there was discussion that we've got some veterans that are up there at retirement age that might do it too, so. Got a motion to approve David's hire.
I'll second it.
Got a second by Luke. Is there discussion on that motion or that hire?
Does require a roll call because it's an appointment.
Okay, we will start with you, Dan. Roll call vote. Aye. Rich?
Aye.
Luke?
Aye.
I myself am an aye. Motion carries.
Okay, the next one is county coroner, and I passed around John Dunlop. He's the only applicant that's expressed an interest in it. He would basically be appointed beginning January 1st, and then he would have to run, either maintain the position or somebody else could run against him, and that would be in 2 years. Because it's out of rotation, so.
Then that's okay with his current employer.
Yep.
Okay, who is John Dunlop?
Our county game warden, conservation officer.
And then, like we did previously, I have terms of employment. Currently, that position pays a $5,000 salary, which calculates out to $417 a month. After the CPI is applied after the first, it will be $430. The coroner gets $104.20 per call, and that usually goes up with the CPI. Then they get mileage for travel, unless they use a county car, and we pay for the gas and stuff out of the supply budget. Other than that, with the part-time employee, they don't get any benefits. And then because it's not a structured job, it's based on the number of calls. The stuff about the basic expectations and work periods doesn't really apply. So I do need you to decide if you're gonna authorize him to drive a vehicle, which I would endorse. So with that, if you decide to appoint him, it would be $417 a month if he starts early, $430 if he starts on the 1st.
I'll make that motion.
A motion to appoint John Dunlap. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
We've got a motion and a second. Is there discussion on that appointment? We need a roll call on that.
Yes, sir.
Dan, we're going to take a roll call vote on the appointment of John Dunlap. You are? Aye. Rich?
Aye.
Luke?
Aye.
I myself am an aye. We will approve the hire appointment of John Dunlap.
Okay, do you have the certificates of appointment? If you'd like to go ahead and sign those. And then you're okay with the schedule of the terms that I laid out, the pay and use of the vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
Any objections? Hearing none. And then I'll administer the oaths to these guys, and I can catch up with them, get them all looked into the system.
I think David is going to plan on starting on Thursday.
Excellent.
And I will get,
Will he go over and meet with, I-County?
Yes. Yep. He plans on keeping relatively close to the same schedule that Amber did.
Oh,
Going
okay.
over there to time.
I kinda figured he would. I know they're really happy with
Good.
what was going on.
he's planning on Tuesdays and Thursdays like Amber was doing in a half day in Highmark for the next 2 days. So that Kevin Bowen, the BSO director, or I guess whatever his position is, said he couldn't get here till after Christmas, but David can start, review the policy manual and stuff like that. And Amber Vanderwerf said she would have time on Sunday to come in and walk you through some stuff. So have to make sure that we get the courthouse opened up so they can do that, I guess, but
And where's his office gonna be?
Which one?
BSO.
That's downstairs on the first floor,
Same as, oh, yeah.
right when you walk in. In the front door. Okay, that's all I got.
do we need to discuss any operational for the coroner in any way or make any decisions on that?
Well, he doesn't actually take office until the 1st, so, I mean, if you want to have a conference with him, I could invite him to come visit with you, or
Yeah.
if you want to meet with him as a committee, or however you want to do it.
Don't know if that's really necessary, but what was his plan for getting training or whatever?
The DCI hosts the training, and so we have to find out what their schedule is for that. So, it's still unknown.
He's got two deputies.
If he reappoints them,
But then, yeah.
because their appointments will expire when the principal officer's term expires.
And they both indicated that they would help him out.
I haven't heard from Tammy,
Okay.
and Steve was still on the fence, but I think he was more with it than without it.
That's good. All right, well, anybody have any reason for an executive or anything? Hearing none, I guess I would accept a motion to adjourn. You didn't have anything else that you'd have done?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Luke, second by Rich to adjourn. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Not the quickest meeting we ever had, but it's
Pretty darn close.
Pretty darn close.
So that's,
My man,
shit, that's just brought up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home now.
I don't want
Okay.
I'm here.
I thought, should be said this. I would say the major disability, physical, but I think about monthly cognitive test, and so my cognitive test has always been good.
Yeah.
Not like Joe Biden. Joe's had 3 strokes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
His first one was a brain failure, hemorrhagic stroke.
No, I had no idea.
And as soon as I had my stroke, I started figuring out what I was really, what I was like. I said to Chris, Joe's by, he's had a stroke, I know.